Sometimes before we can even use the trigonometric ratios, we need to use Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem is all based on a right triangle. Has to be right. And we have side lengths of A, B, and C. We know, based on the Pythagorean theorem, the formula is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. With this being said, the C squared has to be the hypotenuse. Okay, so with that being said, if I wanted to find the lengths of C, I'd use my Pythagorean theorem. So I have A squared plus B squared equals C squared. It doesn't matter whether you say that 6 is A or if it's B, you still get the same answer. So I'm going to go with 6 squared plus 8 squared equals C squared. 6 squared gives me 36. 8 squared gives me 64. I'm going to go ahead and add those two together and I get 100. I'm now going to take the square root and C equals 10. So in this case, we were looking for the hypotenuse, but there will be times when you're looking for the A or looking for the B. So for instance, looking at this triangle, I do have the hypotenuse. So I have 5 squared plus B squared equals 13 squared. 5 squared gives me 25. B squared just stays the same. 13 squared gives me 169. I'm going to go ahead and subtract the 25. B squared then equals 144. I can now take the square root and see that B is 12. So looking at this next one, you need to figure out the missing side length. So go ahead and solve for A. I know that the 25 is my hypotenuse. So I have A squared plus 24 squared equals 25 squared. Twenty-four squared is 576. 25 squared is 625. I'm going to go ahead and subtract those two numbers. We get 49. I'm going to take the square root and A equals 7. Now to kind of combine, okay, why are we doing this if it's not using a trig ratio? Here's why. So if I had this information given to me, I could use my trig ratios or I could use the Pythagorean theorem. In order to find y, I would need to use my trig ratio because that's my angle measure. But if I wanted to find x right away, I could use the Pythagorean theorem instead of having to figure out my trig ratios. X equals 4. Now if I wanted to find the y, I could use the sine of y equals 3 over 5, and then use my inverse, which gives me approximately 36.9 degrees.